with our coverage of the local government elections, some analysts as well as commentators are of the view that depoliticizing local government can actually improve service delivery. Let's discuss independent candidates versus party candidates in a move towards depoliticizing local government with Dr. Michael Louis. He is the chairperson of the One South Africa movement. Dr. Louis, thank you for your time this afternoon. So talk to us about the rise in independent candidates, and are they the preferable choices for some communities?
Well, thank you, Tammy, and good afternoon to everybody. Well, the big thing is this has been a 4-year journey for One South Africa movement to really just bring new actors, new voices, and a new political dispensation to our country. And, I think the rise of independence and community forums is what we predicted, and we are extremely excited about it. As you know, there's more than 1,500 independent candidates that have registered. But I think the big thing is about this local government elections. I believe the political parties are a little bit out of touch with the people, and it's really about time that we get a new political system where the people, the focus is power to the people, and that the people can themselves identify with their leaders and truly nominate and elect people that represent their values, who they are, and wanting to affect and see change.
When you talk about the depoliticization of local government, what exactly do you mean by that? And how will these local candidates or these independent candidates contribute towards that move?
Well, the big thing is I can only do it by giving you an example of one of the municipalities that OSA is supporting. And as you might know, that OSA is supporting 10 municipalities or community forums. And one of them is the Enoch Majima Residents Association, and they've registered an organization called the Independent. And what has happened is there's a leader in that town, a man by the name of Ken Clark, that runs a cool drink company that's called Twizzer. Many of the residents know about the company called Twizzer. And Twizzer is an organization that employs more than 4,000 people, or 2,000 to 4,000 people. And he said his town is totally collapsed. He says he's got no services, he's not guaranteed electricity. And he was contemplating, he's had two choices. Either he goes and he moves his factory into another province, or he stays in Queenstown, where his factory is resident, and he affects change in his town. And that's why he said, but listen, do I stand as an independent candidate and actually stand in my town, or do I form a residents association and depoliticize, and I choose my own team of qualified, independent, real candidates that are equipped to affect change? So I can only explain it to you as follows, that he has even said in his own ward, for instance, which is, I think, Ward 9, he said, listen, there's a better candidate in one of the wards. I don't think it's Ward 9, but one of the wards that he's standing in, there's a better candidate in that ward that he believes should be in his team. And he went and he stood in another ward, because on local government you can stand in more than one ward. And he said, but I'm wanting the best team to govern myself. And if I believe that there's a better candidate in my ward, I will step down for that candidate to come in. And Tanya, I believe that that's what we need in our new political dispensation, to depoliticize our councils and get the best man for the job. And if that best man doesn't belong to our political party, then we need to support him. And that's why we're encouraging voters when they go to the polls. Don't vote against somebody or against something. Vote for somebody, somebody that you believe is equipped, talented, and gifted to represent your values and your competence.
But Dr. Louis, is it actually at all possible to be able to take the politics out of governance?
Well, especially at local government, which we don't deal with greater political, ideological ideas and things, I really believe this is about real issues that affect the people you've got no water, if you've got no electricity, it's about issues and who would do it best than people that are competent. And that's why in my political career, I've never been a person that supports opposition politics, where you say vote against something. And that's why we really are against the DA's campaign that a vote for a smaller party is a wasted vote. Because I've also served under a majority government where I've served under them, but I wasn't for the majority government. And when a political party gets more than 51%, and they are that majority government, I can promise you it's all about power, it's all about greed, it's arrogance, and that's why our personal philosophy is a multi-party democracy where you take health politics out of the council and you look at the real issues that are relevant to the people. And so I also believe that you don't need to be large to be relevant. You need to look at issues and people driven more than your political dispensation.
All right, we'll leave it at that for this afternoon. Dr. Michael Louis, Chairperson of the One South Africa movement, as we make our way towards the November 1 local government elections. A lot of independent candidates that are standing in various wards and